person elected by those residents, constituents, is barred, is muzzled from asking questions on behalf of the people, because our job is representation. Now, representation, you represent the people who elected you. Of course, when you come to the Senate, you represent the entire nation, but you've got a primary responsibility to represent the people who elected you, and that means you must ask questions. So, Mr. Speaker, we need to make sure that, earlier on, I'd already commended our two colleagues who are in the Parliamentary Service Commission, the ones who are consulting Senator Mogeni and Senator Joyce Korir, that at the end of at least we finally saw a little bit of resources for the Senate Oversight Fund. But we need to be more innovative to ensure that more of the money goes into activities that make sense in the eyes of our people, rather than into consultancies and into administrative and bureaucratic expenses that then reduce whatever is available for a senator to be able to walk around. Mr. Speaker, it has also been suggested that members of the public feel a sense of fatigue, that Senate is always asking the tough questions, but then there is no action. Mr. Speaker, it is for this reason he invited the EACC step of the ODPP, saying that in many cases they are saying that in many cases they have made recommendations, they have prosecution, and the ODPP has invoked their constitutional power and decided not to pursue prosecution of cases. And in some cases, Mr. Speaker, the ODPP initiates prosecution and along the way drops prosecution, does annul prosecution, and you see the Constitution gives them that power. However, Mr. Speaker, we were informed by Senior Counsel Okongo Mogeni that under the ODPP Act, Parliament has the power to demand a report on any matter from the Office of the Director of Public Prosecution. Mr. Speaker, we are going to invoke that power, and we are going to invite the ODPP, and we are going to ask for an explanation on some of the issues that have been cited as contentious, or issues that have been withdrawn where the evidence prima facie exists and where some actions appear as if they're done out of political expedience. And so we must also ensure that our partners, implementing partners, also do the right thing. I wish this Parliament had a police cell somewhere where we could issue orders directly to detain persons who perhaps demonstrate contempt to Parliament or who lie under oath. Mr. Speaker, a lot of people who come before Parliament lie through their teeth. I remember one governor launching a county headquarters and sitting on the chair and starting operations. And when he came before my committee, under oath, he swore that that facility is not working. And yet, we had information in the public domain to that effect. I wish we had the power to deal with those things instantly. I wish that the amendments by Senator Osotsi could see the light of day so that we can strengthen the penalties and the consequences of non-cooperation or contempt of Parliament or lying before Parliament. Mr. Speaker, I conclude by recommending that this House passes this bill, but let us also not forget to strengthen our small brothers in the counties called the county assemblies. Because at Senate, we can talk of oversight, we can talk public participation, but at the micro level, that exercise is conducted by members of the county assembly. I am glad we have provided them with financial autonomy, and so that should allow them to budget, so that every bill that comes before them, they can sponsor public participation without going to the executive to sponsor that exercise. So let's strengthen our county assemblies, let's strengthen the institutions, and let's live true to some of the ideals that the late Raila Odinga had espoused when he came before this House. Devolution is work in progress. It is not possible to get it right in a period of 15 years. And so now more than ever, we as members of the Senate, we must make sure that we are actively involved in oversight. Oversight is not for park and pick. Every member of this Senate, be it delegated legislation, be it rules, powers, and privileges, if you sit in a committee of the Senate, you are an overseer at an institutional level, but also individually, you've got a responsibility to go back to your county to oversight. Mr. Speaker, with those many remarks, I support.